Kang and Tyrese Gibson, like, again, have been doing action movies for a long time, but they are no Joe Taslim. It's an axe kick, an ankle kick, tornado kick, and then catches the kick and then rolls in and does a spinning back fist. And then the two axis switch right here where they spin. Welcome back to The Martial Actor, where I, your favorite black belt, react to all your favorite fight scenes from TV shows and movies. Today, I'll be reacting to the subway fight from Fast and Furious number 6. If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe, and let's dive right in. I like how they're rotating between using shaky cam and then transitioning back to smooth footage and then going back to shaky cam. I think shaky cam is a really great way to put the audience in the character's shoes and really create a very specific feeling. But when it's overused, it can often cause vertigo or nausea, and that's not usually what you want to go for. Not many people know this, but Fast 6 was one of Joe Taslim's first movies in America after Raid Redemption. I love him in this movie, and the subway fight clip is probably one of my favorite clips in all of the Fast franchise, because of the choreo and who's in it. Gina Carano obviously comes from an MMA background, but Michelle Rodriguez has been doing action films for forever. Her breakout film was an action film. And those moves are so crisp and so clean and so strong, it really shows how talented he has been since his first movies. And the pacing for this fight is really well done. I think it's hard to juxtapose two fight scenes together and keep them compelling and engaging, but they do it really well here. And I love this part when Letty uses the handcuffs as brass knuckles. Thought it was genius. That was such a great shoulder throw into like a sit roll. And Kang and Tyrese Gibson, like, again, have been doing action movies for a long time, but they are no Joe Taslim. And I love these dirty face shots that you see in these exchanges between Gina Carano and Michelle Rodriguez. It lets you see that the actors are doing a lot of the work themselves. And this choreo isn't particularly difficult either. It's just a bunch of very Western punches. That is tricky. And I don't actually know what the name for that move is. If any of you do, let me know. I think out of all the action franchises in America, Fast and Furious probably does the best job of showing Western fighting in like a compelling and engaging way. Because yeah, most of this choreo is not that difficult. It's all just really basic punches, but it's still really fun to watch. Love the comedic bit. It's so funny. Gina's got Michelle in an armbar right there. Now, I actually really love what Letty's character does right here. In a street scenario, if you're in a sticky situation, you do what you gotta do to get out of that. So I actually thought it was great that she like bit her leg. And then this stair fall was awesome. As a stunt performer, there are a few things you can do to mitigate the pain you experience in a stair fall, but for the most part, you just have to throw yourself and get it over with. So it's always props to the stunt people that do them. And this choreo is a little bit more advanced we're seeing from Joe, but I feel like American stunt coordinators were still getting a feel for how talented he was, so he doesn't really get a shine until later. That was an awesome shoulder throw, and then that flying double side kick, so good. Especially through the window, looks great. And then this choke was really cinematic. In real life, Gina's character would want to tuck her chin, but obviously Gina wants to keep her face up for the camera. And then Letty would want to get a tighter grip on the throat. You can see that Michelle Rodriguez's hands like kind of move around a little bit, but obviously they're keeping it safe. I also really like how this scene ends. You get a really smooth transition that de-escalates nicely, and it ends with some humor, and that's great.
No one needs to know about this. No one.
Like I said, that's one of my favorite fight scenes in the entire franchise. I actually really like what Justin Lin has done with the franchise. I did not love Tokyo Drift, but 4, 5, and 6 really breathed life into the franchise. They started moving away from the hyper-stylized race scenes and more into the heist formula. And I think it works really well. I'm stoked for Fast 9 because Justin Lin is back. Let me know if you guys want to see breakdowns from specific movies or scenes from the franchise. I would love to do that to get ready for the release of Fast 9. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe. And that's all I've got for you today. So take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.